UFC 330 we are going to have on this weekend, and I'm gonna go through main card and break down each fight. And let's start with Bar yeah Barboza. This card doesn't have any good fight in the early prelim, except I think so the opening one, which is yeah McDivick and Jeremiah's. So which McDivick I think so will get this done. So I'm gonna just start with the main card. They are giving Barboza to uh, Esteban Ribovics. Both lost their recent fight. I think so. Esteban lost to the Cameron, which recently lost to the Salkil. Barboza is also on a losing streak. So, but there's a 10-year age difference on record. Esteban looks good, so I'm gonna go with Esteban. Young dude, and I think so. Esteban gets this done. Let's go to the next one. It's interesting. Mansoor Abdul Malik versus Dustin. So Mansoor Abdul Malik lost his recent fight by third round knockout, and he was a really good in the previous 4 or 5 fights, I think so. And he, if I'm not wrong, yeah, uh, yeah, he was winning his last in his last 5 fights. He won Dana White Contender Series, then he won by KO, and then he won in 2024 November Fight Night with TKO. Then he won against Klein TKO, and then Cody with just okay to draw, and then Troglate submission, and then Belgori he lost by third round knockout recently. So, but still, he's a good prospect, good defensive wrestling, and because of his loss, I think so. They are kind of punishing him uh, and giving him fight against Dustin, who's last. He's a losing streak. Last two fight he lost by decision, and so the pressure on both, but I think so here the Mansoor Abdul Malik has an edge. He's a young prospect, 28, and Dustin is 34. So, yeah, I think so. The Mansoor Abdul Malik will get this done by TKO uh, against Dustin. Let's move on. What we have next? Yeah, pretty straightforward. Mackenzie Dern against Gillian Robertson, and lots of losses on his to resume of the Gillian Robertson. But yeah, Mackenzie Dern is good in his last 3 fights, and he just won the championship. Uh, uh, yeah, last year, 2025 October, I guess, and now it's the first time she's defending her title, and yeah, she also has some losses. No, okay, not Amanda Nunes, Amanda Ribas, Mariana Rodriguez, Ian Yuinon, and Jessica Andrade, and Amanda Lemos. So, uh, but she got the Amanda Ribas. Uh, she got win in a rematch, but Amanda Lemas, who recently fought against the Alexia Tirana won. So She has a good resume as compared to the Gillian Robertson. She has a long winning streak. Oh, 5 fights she in a row she won. 2 fights knockout, 3 decisions. But with that many losses, I don't see her getting this done against Mackenzie Dern. And yeah, no, not much of a difference, but there is not even a reach difference, same height. And I think so Mackenzie Dern would get this done. So move on to the final one. Yeah, I can see, of course, Islam would be my favorite. And I would go Islam by decision or submission in later round, third, fourth, maybe fifth. But if Ian got a win, he can only win by knockout, and he has that potential. For Islam, it's the everybody's saying it's the first time Islam is fighting that long rangy opponent, and but for the Ian has already fought wrestler, and they're giving them example of the Shafkat Rahmanov, and they which he lost against, but still, and then he also fought the Bilal Muhammad, but uh, so in experience wise, Ian Machado Garry has an exposure to the similar styles. While in case of Islam, I don't think so. He has that exposure. Uh, there is a wrestling difference between Shafkat and Islam. Shafkat is not that much strong in the top position as Islam is, and if Islam gets you down and becomes chest to chest and has a great legs to control you. So I don't think so. The Ian Machado has much of a chance to turn it around. While Ian has his positions against the Shafkat Rahmanov, even the last round he tried to submit him. So I was listening to Alex was Volkanovski, and he point out a pretty good strategy against Islam. As in the first fight, he was pretty close. Even in the second fight, he did not gave Islam much of a room in in wrestling. So he said that whenever uh, I got taken down by the Islam, what I did was I just scrambled in a way, just putting my elbows out and not giving my upper body to Islam, because if I given my upper body to Islam, then there'd be a shoulder pressure and the whole round would be me on ground in a bottom position. But and that was the immediate movement that we did, and he said we led a lot of practice on this, and just I started my practice in the bottom position in my fight camp. So that was the whole lot of work done by him against Islam. But in case of the Ian Machado Gary, he has a BJJ background, and he whenever he got taken down in the Shafkat fight, he what he did was he just went into the half guard and just wrap his legs around from the bottom position on the upper around the opponent legs at the waist. So it's this kind of position will give advantage to the to Islam. But I don't know, and it's the same thing that Charles because Charles was also a BJJ expert. So when he got taken down, what he did, he just accepted the bottom position and he thought he gonna submit Islam through this one, which is pretty hard. And Ian Machado Garry was preparing with Charles. So I don't know. They highlighted the mistake and not to do this, or he came up with a better plan. But whatever. But Ian looks pretty comfortable. I just watched his couple of interviews where he was saying that he was he was saying some things. Just looked pretty confident, and somebody was asking him, "What if Islam got you in that joke and that joke?" And he said, "He's not gonna get me." And he said, "Did you practice?" "I practice all position," he said. And then he said, "But this, he's not gonna get this." And that kind of confidence kind of scared me. And I saw that he, he gonna give Islam pretty tough uh, rounds, and yeah, you never know. So the first, I think so. So this is the kind of fight where you can't say that the as the fight will start in the first round, and you're gonna see how it plays out. Like in case of JDM, you're saying, okay, the first round will decide how the what is the rhythm of the fight and the how fight will go. But I don't think so. You can say in that in this case, and the reason is Ian came stronger in the later rounds against the Shafkat. And then we're talking about the wrestling only. And if we talk about the striking, he we fought against Carlos Carlos Prates, and he had a pretty good success. Although he used his wrestling, but yeah, he pretty pretty good against the Carlos. But yeah, fighting against Carlos, you don't have to worry about the takedown, and here you have to worry. So your striking strategy and your whole focus also got changed, and you come a little backward, but you uh, fight on a back foot already. So that's a tough thing. And one thing that Islam did, we have only one fight to look at the welterweight, a little bit of bigger dudes that Islam fought, and it's the JDM. And what he did, he just chopped the legs and chopped the calf kick through the calf kicks. But I don't think so. He can do that in with Ian Machado Garry because he is so long, rangy, constantly moving, sneaky, it's very slick in his movement, and just he can go and just strike and just pop back, strike and pop back, and just kind of touch you and do this, and so he's going to frustrate you in Islam. Islam usually doesn't look good in the offensive striking, so which I think so you have seen in Islam versus Alex first fight. So yeah, looking at the reach advantage, the 4-inch reach advantage, and today they did a face off, and in the face off it was not looking that big of a height advantage. It's looking just a couple of inches, not that 5-inch advantage that here it looks in the height. Hmm, but yeah, of course there is a reach, and then Ian uses that reach pretty good. So yeah, it's hard. It's hard, but I would go with Islam by submission in the later round. And the reason is he is a little bit comfortable in this weight division now as compared to the JDM. He already have achieved that two belt thing, although there is another title, not a title, it's a record line, which is the breaking the Anderson Silva winning streak, which was second 16, and Islam tied that. And now if he won against Ian Machado Garry, he can break that. But I don't think so. He wasn't thinking about this as he was thinking about the second belt, but so he would be more comfortable in that. Uh, and also he said that he didn't like fight his fight against the JDM, so he'd be more aggressive, and I think so. Being aggressive, he meant like on ground when he take him try to get it down, he'll try to sub him. So I would go Islam Makhachev by submission in later round. So let's see. I'm pretty, I'm pumped up for this fight. So see you after the fights. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.